this is the last thing we have to do is the driver's side exhaust tip and the wastegate tip here. So as soon as this is done, we can put this thing in the water. Like, after we put the hose on the bilge pump, just in case.
And not only can we put it in the water, but we have two geniuses here ready to tune it.
That block was around the shop because somebody
Talking cars over here.
Dude, YouTube royalty up in here. Talking about Bo. Bo's amazing.
Just chilling.
Who's ready for boat rides?
I'm ready.
Yeah, you got your trunks on and your flippies. You got your flippies. He's ready for the tube.
He's ready for the tube. Where are we hooking the rope in?
Yeah, so one thing we didn't do yet was figure out where we're going to hook the tube. But we'll make it run first. Then
Me and Pete will stand on the back of the boat and just hold the rope while he drives the tube.
Strap it around the motor.
Yes. Oh, it is close. It is very, very close. Like Dave said, we got to finish the exhaust and then put the seats in it and then go float.
All right, well, I'm gonna weld up the exhaust. Mike ran out to grab us some lunch. So I'm gonna weld up this down pipe on this side, weld the O2 sensor bung to it so that when he comes back, I think we're about done. So let's get to welding. Stuck it right to the tungsten. And yes, everybody, I know I should be back purging. But this is post turbo, so it's really not gonna mess anything up. If a little piece of something does fall off, and this exhaust might be getting redone anyway, we're not sure yet.
We have one additional but crucial feature to the Holley Dominator EFI system, and that is exhaust gas temperature sensors. This will monitor the heat in every cylinder, all 8 of them, and the goal is to have all of that be similar. So each of these probes is going to tell us how each cylinder is running in terms of temp as it exits the exhaust. And before we can hook all that up, we need to make sure each probe is connected to the right connector of the system. So what we're going to do here is take a butane-powered torch, heat up each probe, and make sure the computer knows which cylinder it's monitoring.
Wiring up all our inputs and outputs and checking stuff, and we've got the EGTs going. Hopefully, they appear to be working, but we're going to make sure that 1 is 1 and 2 is 2 and all that's good. Okay, yeah, now 2 is hot, so that's good.
Okay. 3.
Yep,
Okay. 5.
yep,
7.
yep, we're good.
All right.
Okay, so now we got 8 holes doing what they're supposed to do. Magic.
It's cool when it works like it's supposed to.
Right.
Video. Whoa.
It's like we like all YouTube or something.
Whoa.
And you guys videoing each other. It's like behind the scenes.
It's the Mount Rushmore of YouTube happening right here.
It's like the 2 ball.
Whoa. Whoa.
Where you at, Pepsi?
And the Vibroless.
Pepsi,
Whoa.
Give us a holler.
Fire in the hole. You want to do the
Oh,
honors?
dude.
Push the button, sir. It's your boat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's your boat.
Yeah.
You get to put it that way. If something happens, it's your fault.
Yeah. The boom button.
The boom button.
Everybody ready?
Yeah. I'm ready.
I swear it used to run. I don't hear a fuel pump going though.
It's going.
Oh, okay.
It goes over 20 RPM.
Should I go again?
Yeah. Oh. Got a spinning turbo.
Is the jet driving gear again?
It sounds like a chainsaw and one of the
I thought we pulled it out of gear.
It's out of gear.
Okay.
It's out of gear.
Here we go again. is it. The day has finally come. Jet boat time. This is the, I don't know, second time the boat's been out of the garage since October. First time it's ever seen the lake. Let's hope it goes well.
All right, well, first order of the day is backing it down in and make sure nothing leaks.
If it doesn't leak a lot, we go boating. If it leaks a lot, we go back home, fix the leaks. So we're hoping not a lot of leaks there. And if we pass test number 1, then we go out and do some drivability stuff, make sure it cruises and all that. Then we get after it. A little bit of boost at first. Make sure both fuel systems are functioning. Right now we have it set up where the right side tank, which is the passenger side of the boat, that it's holding 30 gallons of pump gas, 93 octane. We'll run off that and that fuel system until about 5 pounds of boost or about 60% throttle. Then the other pump on the left side of the boat, driver's side, which only holds 5 gallons in that tank, that's got 120 octane Renegade racing fuel. That will turn on and that'll be good for whatever boost we throw at it. Which today, I don't know, I think we have 5-pound springs in it. And if we're successful tuning that, we'll stick bigger ones in there because obviously 5 pounds is not enough.
Kevin, they all leak.
They all leak at least a little bit. I'm on board with this. That is a pretty boat. So it comes out of the mold looking like that. The people that build these, or the company that builds this, they lay the colors like that into the mold. And then when they pop it out, they wet sand it and buff it. So that is all cast into or molded into the gel coat. It's pretty, right? Looks like I got a little bit down on the bottom here still too. I can see a little, yeah, little trickle in.
That's not bad. We can roll with that.
It's fine.
Fine.
You didn't see that.
Here we go. Maiden voyage. We've already stopped to fix water leaks. We mostly fixed them. I figure the bilge pump will keep up with it, so we're going for it. I don't have a functioning dash, so we're gonna be relying on Pete here to tell me whether everything's all right. So we have no reverse.
More permanent than anything. Yeah, we had mode neutral really, so it's just gonna have to shut the key off.
We have limited reverse. We have new burn one time when he flips us around. After that, we got no more reverse.
Do we have a paddle?
No. No paddle. No numbers.
Somebody's getting out.
Oh, the water's warm. I'll swim if I need to.
Yeah, I don't mind swimming either.
All right.
Fire in a hole.
We sail.
Yeah, we sail. The cabin boy, practically, right here.
Ow, that's hot. The turbo mags are smoking. Are good.
Breaking those in. That's pretty normal. So right about now, according to the paperwork that came with these turbos, by some witchcraft that's sucking water up the hose because it's at a 20-degree angle and cooling the turbos.
So they're not pressure fed. They just.
They say it's just supposed to draw the water after you turn the motor off.
Does it seem to drive okay?
Yeah, it cruises fine. I haven't really got after it out of the hole.
Yeah.
But it cruises just fine.
Right. Okay, so we made a whopping 3.3 pounds of boost there.
Oh wow, we were barely on the throttle.
63% TPS.
Oh, that was more than I thought it was.
Yeah. But I bet that spring blows off pretty not far from here. 4 or 5 pounds,
yeah.
I bet. It's just a little bitty spring. Yeah. So I guess let's just do that and save this. We'll look at it later.
Do that again, go a little faster. It starts good. It starts really good. Stab it, I kind of rolled into it, but as soon as it was on plane, I went all the way.
Okay.
So we might have made some boost that time?
Not much.
Whatever them little strings.
It never felt like it was like, yeah, let's. It never felt like it was like, okay, woo! Like game over. Once it starts making boost, it just keeps pulling.
Right.
This thing was like, if I had stayed in it longer, it might have gone 65 miles an hour.
Right.
Should have got to 60 pretty quick.
Yeah. That's the best thing about jet bikes. The only reason I have a jet bike is when they work right, acceleration is insane.
Right.
Data.
That 3.5 pounds of boost. That's all it's.
Shoo, buddy. We need some spring.
Right.
Should we go get some spring?
They're back at the
We got.
turn.
Let's see.
Temp's been 142 every time I've seen it. 144.
Oh yeah, what was water pressure? Since we're out here.
Let me do the fuel real quick and then we'll look at the weird stuff.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Before I forget.
Yeah, these things don't have much of a map to work on because it's either at this part of the table in cruise or it's wide open at like 6,500.
Yeah. Or you do what I do is that you've tuned those two places and then one day you just like, I'm going to cruise at 90 miles an hour, which is an entirely different part of that map.
Wrong part of the map.
And pop. That's what happened to game over.
Okay, so what's happening right now is there's too much. This is where the motor gets its water from, and there's too much flow here, and it's putting too much pressure in the motor. So they're working on restricting this access right here to cut that pressure back. Okay, after our first little outing, we just ripped on it just for a short little burst, and we got the smallest wastegate springs in there. That come in the little kit. We're just running on the spring, and so it's only making about 3.5 pounds of boost, and the motor just kind of hangs out about 4,300 RPM. Now, Mike says part of that's because the pump is intended for way more power than this, so it's kind of got the motor bogged down. If we changed the pump, we'd probably go faster with the same amount of power. But anyhow, that's not the plan here. We're just going to put bigger springs in it and go turn the boost up until it runs like we want it to.
All right, here we go. Back next day, we went and got us some sleep. Fixed a spacer on the alternator because the alternator was too far forward and it was a little crooked. So we think we've made that better. Not sure if it's 100% fixed, but it's at least better. And then we still had a couple little leakers back here, so we smeared some silicone on that. So now it's time to go play.
Fixed some problems with the jet drive and sorted a few things out, and we got a little bit more spring in the boost controller. Should make, I guess, 6 or 7 pounds of boost or something, and we bought a box of springs, so we'll turn it up from there and see what happens.
Got a dash 10 line, so what Kevin did was put an insert
yesterday with 3.5 pounds of boost, it went 60. It just went 75, and it would have gone more, but I let out of it. And that was rolling into it because I didn't know where you were at with the tune, and so I was like, I'll just roll into it. So now we can look at the air-fuel ratio, we can look at the EGTs. Thanks to the data logging capability, we can look at the water pressure and make sure we got enough water. That was fun.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we're still going. Oh, we're still going.
We're now getting close to the point where I need to put on a vest and you guys may want to get out of the boat. I'll let you make that decision.
At least a vest.
Yeah.
Thanks for the rollers, buddy.
Part of the reason I built this boat is it's got a decent amount of freeboard, so we're not going to sink from this.
Like game over.
Game over would have sunk if I had not turned it around and headed it into that.
Really?
Yeah, game over sits really low water. And it doesn't ride nearly as good as this. Game over, you need glass.
It's more flat bottom though, right? So it gets that freaking porpoising jump going on.
Yeah. All right. You're making progress.
Moving faster.
Oh yeah.
Well, 4 years in the Coast Guard, and I think I just went faster than I ever have in a boat.
Well, all right. All right, fellas. How's it going?
Great. We're having a good time on the lake. I mean, what else could there be on a Sunday afternoon? It's fantastic.
Yeah. Boat's working good. So far, we're making 8 pounds of boost. We're going about 75 miles an hour. We're about to put some bigger springs in it. More cowbell. Pete's doing the expert up arrow manipulation. Everything's going good. I think our water leaks are fixed too, which is nice.
Yeah, we're not sinking.
We're not sinking today. And no, the throw pillows aren't in the boat. They'd have been gone already. So Turbo Smart puts all their instructions online, so there's nothing in the box to tell you what these springs do.
Right. So it's just a complete guess. Whichever one looks bigger, so that's what we're doing. This is what we're taking off. That made 8. And now we're going to this. I don't know. What's your guess? 12?
12 would be good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, 12 would be spicy.
Right.
We have a lot of headroom in this motor. It's only turning 4,900 RPM. We can wing this thing to 7,500. 7,500, we'll be fast. So right now we're changing the wastegate springs to make more boost. We're trying to go from
She's a little warm.
8 pounds to 12 pounds. At 8 pounds of boost, with the impeller that's in this jet drive, the engine's only turning 4,900 RPM. That's nothing. This engine, I'm told from Texas Speed, we can take to about 7,400, 7,500. RPM at a jet boat is everything. So if we can turn this 7,500 RPM, this boat is going to haul ass. Right now, it's going about 75, 80 miles an hour. My prediction is we'll be going 90 with this next spring change, and then we'll just keep up in the springs until it's a party. Okay, so we're running closed loop. So as I'm getting into it, if the base map was off, it was trying to correct for that.
Yep. It's only pulling 3 or 4%. Honestly, I would leave that there and not even fix that.
Yeah, that's close. And what's the target air fuel at wide open?
Well, right now I've got it at 11.6,
Okay.
which is very safe.
And what RPM did we turn that time?
49.30.
Okay, so yesterday we turned 4,300 and went 60 miles an hour. Today we turned 49 and went 75-ish.
Yep.
That's good. That makes sense. So 600 RPM was good for 15 miles an hour. So we need another, let's see, not quite 5, another 2,000 RPM.
No problem.
Not on this, not on this next pass, but you know, incrementally.
Were you actually wide open? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
I rolled into it and I was wide open at the end of the run.
So did the boost stabilize? Like that's all she
Yeah,
wrote?
it's just hanging out at about 8.3, 8.4, somewhere in
Was it
there.
still climbing on RPM?
Nope.
No, it doesn't.
It's just
Okay.
level.
It's an engine dyno.
So-
it's just like, no,
So, like,
I'm
in
absorbing
theory-
all your power. You don't get any more RPM unless you give me more power.
We could do the same thing, pull 2 degrees, and it should slow down.
Yep.
Because it should just lower the engine speed a little bit, and you can kind of, just like an engine dyno, steady state, just load the brake, play with timing, and see what it does. Which there's no reason to do that right now, but like it's literally no different than what you would do on a
Yeah, on an
steady
engine
state,
dyno.
water pump.
Yeah.
Sweet. This is just a mobile steady state.
This is a mobile dyno.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I love these is over the years I've built engines that are way too stupid for the street, for at least for me on the street. You know, 1,500 horsepower stuff with nitrous. But I can stick it in a jet boat and go somewhere where there's no rules.
Yeah.
And
Go have fun.
yeah, go have fun. You're cool. All right, bigger springs, life vest on, kicking the buddies out of the boat. Go faster. I think whatever springs we put in it actually made less boost. Pete's going to confirm it, but it didn't go any faster. In fact, it felt slower. So benefits of data acquisition. He's going to look and see how much RPM we turned and how much boost it made.
Yeah, so that made 5.7. So we lost a couple pounds.
We lost a couple pounds of boost.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need different springs or stack them or something. Evidently, we
Yeah.
don't have a spring chart, so we're just totally guessing.
I'll stop being lazy. I'll go online and look at their thing. In fact, I think there's a little card in that box that tells you where to go.
Well, if we take the little springs, if we just stack the first two springs we put in it, it should stack those two boost numbers, right?
I
what do we
think
have?
3 and 8.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
11.
All right.
You done with that?
Yeah.
So that was what, oranges plus the yellows? Hold on, never mind.
Then
Can't do that.
we may have to do what we just did plus the second one.
Okay.
You know, we can do
That'd
that.
be 12.
Something like that. That's what we're shooting for anyhow.
Okay.
So these are interesting in that the cap for the wastegate threads on. So make sure you use anti-seize.
Mm-hmm.
And the tool that comes with it. So how many springs are in there now?
2.
Dose.
One down.
2 more in that one and then go out again.
The water coming out of the inside. Sounded faster.
It still needs way more, but that was a big improvement, I think. It'll be interesting to see how much boost it made that time and what RPM it turned.
Did you look at the speed or no?
No, I couldn't. I tried to look and then I just saw a mountain and I was like, all right, focus on the mountain.
Mountains don't move, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I don't no idea how fast that was. I wasn't in it very long, and we are now getting to a point where the underwater hardware of the boat needs to be looked at because the boat's starting to hop a little. And that is, I need a trained set of eyes or a really good video so I can look at it and see what does the boat look like going across the water.
Gotcha. I heard a hiccup in the RPM. I wow, like it.
And it is doing something game over does, which is I back off the throttle to slow down and it doesn't.
Huh.
It takes like 3 or 4 seconds and you're like, whoa, and you back off even more and then it kind of accelerates a little again and then slows down.
Weird.
But the first probably half inch of pedal when you come back does nothing on the motor.
Huh.
It's interesting. We can look at that.
Well, some of that's just turbo. I think the turbos just keep jamming it in there. You know, like when I have drag racers pedal to half to 50%, does nothing. You got to get way out before you choke the motor.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And is that like the blow-off valve, maybe less tension on the spring?
No, so when you close the throttle, it's just like putting a smaller throttle body on it.
Okay.
Well, turbo will jam it into a certain point. You know.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you just got to really back off to get
You got to plan ahead to slow down, basically.
Right.
I think it went lean and popped.
What it sounded like.
But it didn't blow the burst panel, which is interesting.
It sounded like it was smoothing before then.
It was running good.
Yeah.
You know, it's still not pulling really hard, but it pulled harder than it did the last time.
Right.
You know. And I was about ready to look down to see how fast I was going when it popped.
All right, we're kind of done for today because Mike's got to go on vacation.
Yep.
And we're just out of time. The last pull, we lost cranks at signal for some reason. We don't know why yet. We don't really have time to figure it out. But anyhow, I guess the plan is I'll be back down here at some point. We'll keep on trying to turn it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been amazing. It's been educational. I have learned a lot, and I'm right where I want to be. I legit have to leave tomorrow morning on vacation, which is why the boat's covered up, and I've got to put a fender back on the trailer and pack. But didn't catch on fire, didn't sink.
It all works.
Yeah, every system is working, which is great.
Now.
Yeah.
It did first, but now it all does.
Yeah. Except for that one thing. Yeah, it went about 80 miles an hour, which was fun, and we will turn it up. Not gonna lie, I may unhook the hoses from the wastegates when I'm out in Arizona to see what happens. But yeah, thanks, Pete.
Yep, thank you for having me. And I've learned a lot about boats that I didn't know, I didn't know much about jet boats anyhow. So
jet boat dynos, basically.
Yeah, they're big dynos that you can ride.
Yes.
All right, well, we'll pick this up at a later time.